It is Saturday evening, and this is a sign of when you are in your 50s. You are at home, relaxing in your bed, watching TV like unbothered. But yes, I decided to go live. I was going to do a video or something, but I said, no, I'm going to go live and see what the people are doing. So, hello, 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 hello. Yeah. And I think so. I don't know if people necessarily join while I'm live. So that's why I think so. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But I really don't have a good reason to be on live. I just really wanted to say hey and see what you guys were doing this evening. I don't even know what time it is, but I just cut the light on. So I was in the dark, laying across my bed. I still have clothes on though. So I'm not all the way in the bed. But it might be like after 9 o'clock or something. Maybe. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? Yeah, yeah. How's everybody doing? Hello. Shout out to all my married folks. Shout out to all my people that are in relationships, serious relationships. Shout out to you guys this evening. What are you guys up to? What were your plans? What did you do this weekend? Did you all have date night? What's up? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on in your life. Because right now I'm chilling, okay? Because I'm in Michigan, so that means the weather is changing. We got this daylight saving stuff that happening. I guess we're gonna fall back an hour or whatever. Nobody's ever ready for that. So yeah. So what's going on? I would love to know what is happening. So did you guys get a chance to look at my live that I did the other day when I was talking about childhood trauma? Did anybody get a chance to look at the video? If you didn't, go ahead, and if you had, check out the other lives that I've did during the summer. And let me know what you guys think. Is it a good topic? Is it something that's interesting? Did I say something that might spark something in you? Like, literally let me know. I have quite a few videos out there that I did live. And I did, like random topics or whatever. So just if you get a chance, go ahead and check them out and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Yeah, man. I just wanted to jump on and say, what up, what up? But really though, if you haven't gotten a chance to look at the videos that I was doing about childhood trauma, I'm saying that it's because me and my husband is currently reading the book about inner childhoods and relationships. And right off the beginning of the book, it talks about things and how you're going to hit a time when you're going through this book, you're going to hit things that's going to bring up things. And so it lets you know that you need to be prepared to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had asked the question like, is your relationship, important enough to do the work? Because you literally, you got to do the work. Like, even if you and your partner, so the book recommends that the both of you do it together because if you in a relationship, it doesn't make sense to me if one person do it and the other person doesn't. Like, it's gonna be off balance. It's not gonna work. To me, it's just not gonna work. So we both chose to do it together, which is great. So we're going to come across things that neither one of us has had an experience in. So, if it's something that's in here that doesn't have anything to do with me and it has a lot to do with my husband, I have to be patient enough to allow space and allow opportunity for him to dig in there and analyze it, or whatever it is he needs to do in order to get past it, and vice versa. Like, that's why we are still on chapter two, right? We're still on chapter two because it's not like a quick read. you, no, no, no. It's like one paragraph will have you discussing something for 2, 3 days. That's how deep it is. That's how phenomenal I think it is, because I think a challenge is good, because if you're not challenged, then you're going to continue to be stagnant. You're going to continue to do the same things. You're going to continue to be the same person. But when there's a good challenge, it causes you to think. It causes your brain to operate differently. Okay, so and to me, I think a challenge is good for both partners. You can't just not have a challenge, because you're just not going to grow. You're not going to me, you're not going to move forward and learn nothing new if there's not a challenge involved. So I really think it's so important to tap into um just it could be minor things though, guys. I'm not talking about anything major. So that's why I go back talking about that word trauma, because when we hear trauma, we think about something huge, devastating. No, the word trauma is just what it is. That's what it's called. But it can be minute, it could be small, it could be big, it could be just nothing. It could be one thing, it could be many things. But the point of it is, one thing can drive a wedge in your relationship if it doesn't get dealt with. Because, everything starts off with a seed, right? Everything start off with a seed. And you know how small seeds are, depending on what type of seed it is. But we all know that a seed is small, like a mustard seed. You know what I mean? That tiny seed grows to this huge thing. It start off really small, just like when you're having a baby. When a woman start off with a baby, it start off with a sperm cell that's micro, like really small. It's not even a human. It's a seed. It's a sperm cell, whatever. And it starts off small, but it gradually grows and develop into what it is going to develop into. You feel what I'm saying? So that small thing can grow over time into a huge thing, and by that time it didn't grew out of whack, man. And then now you trying to tackle something that's fully grown. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we walk past things and don't even realize that it's there. And I always use a plant a plant as an analogy for a lot of things. Okay, so if you own a plant, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, but everybody should know this, starting from school, from when you was in high school and you had biology and science and all those things. You talk about these things. So just imagine a plant. You buy a plant, first of all. Okay. When you saw the plant, you loved the plant when you saw and it was at a young age, a young stage, right? Most of the times when I buy a plant, I start off with a starter plant, right? I really like the plant. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get this plant, and it start off small, and it already comes in a pot, and you put it where you're gonna put it, and you tend to it. You be all admiring it, and you love on it, and you be like, oh my goodness, I'm happy I got this plant, and you water it, and you make sure it got light, and you whatever it is that you're doing to the you then when it start growing, you replant the pots, you go out and buy a new pot for the plant. You take time in transferring the plant into a bigger pot, and you put it in another spot, and you continue to watch it grow every day. You're talking to it, and then you have your times when you're watering it and you watching this thing grow and grow. But over time, life happens, and that same plant, it's there, but you keep walking past it. You no longer give it enough any attention like you used to. Okay, sometimes you go over there and check it out and see what it's doing, but then you're going about your business. Then days and weeks, this is real talk, days and week goes past, and you notice that your plant dull, and your plant doesn't have any, it's not shining, the leaves are wimped, And some of the leaves even yellow or even turn brown depending on how long it's been since you tended to it, right? So some plants just be dull and a little limp, and all you need to do is put some water to it. And you put water to it, you feed it, you talk to it, make sure it got some light. You walk away from it, you come back. It's standing tall, leaves are shining, and it just looks healthy and it's vibrant, and you like, wow, you admire it. Okay. So so maybe you don't tend to it like you was again, but a little longer, and this time the leaves are yellow and brown and falling off. It's nothing you can do about that. The leaves are falling off, right? But then you just ignore the plant. But if you ignore the plant is going to die. You can save the plant periodically if you tend to it and water it and all of those things. You can save it. But when it started turning yellow and started losing leaves and stuff like that, now it's starting to not be. It doesn't look appealing anymore. Now you looking at it like, eh. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what happens. So if it gets to the point where no more leaves, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna throw it away. You're gonna get rid of it, or you might try to save it. But it might depend on how long, how bad you ignored it and damaged it. It might not be savable. But you gonna try to save it though. You gonna keep it, and you gonna keep wondering if it's ever gonna grow again. And the reason why you at this stage is because you ignored it. You let life happen. You stopped tending to the plant, and the plant sh- mirrored your attention. It mirrored you. Because in the beginning, you admired it, you loved on it, you tended to it, and it was growing, it was thriving. And then the moment you stop paying attention to it, it shows. It started dying. It started withering away. Same thing in relationships. That's how it is in relationships. You have to understand, if you're not pouring into each other, something is gonna it's not gonna grow. It's not going to grow. It's going to begin to die off. Okay, that's just what it is. That's just how it is. So that's why it's important for both people to pour into each other and make sure that the other person is growing and that you're inputting in them and they're inputting and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. But if you got that one thing that you don't tend to, okay, it's gonna grow along with your plants. How many know you got plants outside and you got to fight off the weeds and stuff? You got your beautiful flowers outside, but if you don't pay attention, you got the little weeds growing in between the flowers that will begin to choke the flowers because you never cut the weed. You will clip the weed, but you don't clip the root. If you don't get to the root of the weed, it's still going to continue to grow and it's going to still try to choke your beautiful flowers. You got to get to the root of things and pluck it up. You got to get to the root of it. If you ignore the roots, you're going to always have that same weed. You're going to always have that same problem. So that's why I think it's important that we tap into. You know you got an issue. You know it. You probably even say you're probably proud of it. You're probably proud of it. Say, ooh, I know I get that from my mama. Oh man, I get that from my pops. You know what I'm saying? My OG and all that. Yeah, some of that stuff we be proud of it. But that's them. What about you? What about you? What about you and your relationship? Who are you? Huh? Who are you? What are your values? What it is that you want to bring to the table? We don't always have to bring in everything we got from our people, from our parents. Yes, we can hold on to the good things, yes, but what about creating things for your own life? Who are you? Who are you and what do you bring to the table? What kind of values and things that you want to create for you and your family? It's okay to create your own thing. It's okay. You have your own family. You have your own life. Live your life. Be who you want to be. Create the life you want to be. And I'm not saying that you don't take value in what you were given if it was good. I'm not saying that. Use that to build on, but create your own life. Create your own stuff. That's just how I feel. I feel like that's just how I think we should be. I think Because I'm nothing like my mom. I love my mom. That's my best friend. My best friend. I mean, that's my friend. That's I love my mom. Like we are like this. And I wish I had her temperament. I wish I had her patience. I wish. But I don't I'm not her. My children wish I was her. My children be like, man, why you can't be like my grandma? I'm not your grandma. I'm not your grandma. I'm just not her. And it's not a bad thing. It's just I choose to do my own thing. I choose to remember the values that she taught me and use it and build my own life. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. And I just think that if you're having issues and the weight of your upbringing is on your shoulders and you feel like you need to live up to that, it's probably causing issues in your family. Your wife or your husband might not want to say nothing to you about it though. But if you feel like you got the weight of your parents on your shoulder and you have to live up to that, maybe you need to reevaluate it. Maybe you need to say, you know what? I'm not my parent. I'm not my mom. I'm not my dad. I shouldn't have to live up to what they did in their marriage. That was them. What about you? Or what about what it is that you and your husband and wife need to build? No, we can't always be exactly like them. We can't always be exactly like them. We never will be them. Only thing that we could do is learn from them, take what we need, and use it to build on what it is that we dreamt of. What did you dream of? What kind of life did you dream for yourself when you was younger? When you was thinking about, because I know as a child, I said that I was going to be married, I was going to own a home, going to have a couple of kids. I had already mapped it out. Or what did I want for my life? My mom wasn't married. My mom wasn't married, but I wanted to be married. You get what I'm saying? My mom wasn't married. She got married down the line, but when I was a young child, I wanted to be married with children and a home. I think I just really wanted to be a housewife. I wanted to be, a domesticated person, I do believe. I got that from my mom. I got the domestication from my mom, the cooking and the cleaning and the upkeepness. That right there, I took that from my mom, and I don't want no nasty house. And I love cooking. I love doing things and holiday things. I got that from my mom. But I wanted to be married. And I don't know if my mom necessarily wanted to be married. She got married years when I was in my 20s. When I had my first child, she got married when I was 25, and she got married at 25. But I'm talking about, I literally wrote it on a piece of paper. I know I'm from the 70s, and I know us back in the 70s, that's what we used to do. We used to write out what we wanted to be in life. And I know I'm not the only one that wanted to be married and have children, had the times and the year, or what year I wanted to be married and how many kids and when I was going. I did all of that. I literally I used to draw a house. I used to, that was just what I didn't realize that those are the things what I was creating for myself. Because I literally got married around the time I said I wanted to be married. I said I wanted to be married I was going to be married and own a home by the age of 30. I got married at 32. So I wasn't too far off. So, but the point of it is, if you feel the weight of your mom on your shoulders, or you constantly hear your mom in your head, or your dad, you constantly hearing them that drilling in your head, and you try to you try to walk like them and be like them, but it's causing issues in your home. Come on now, you got to reevaluate that. You got to reevaluate that for real, because that might just be causing issues in your relationship. And it's, to me, and I know once it's been bedded in your fiber, but you can work towards it. You can definitely work towards being different. Once you start doing something repeatedly, it becomes a habit. Okay? So keep that in mind. If you do it 7 to 21 days straight, it now becomes a habit. It now becomes a habit. So you can do it only if you want to do it. If your relationship means that much to you, and you've put the time into your relationship, you've been together for years, it ain't gonna cost you nothing in making small adjustments, small little adjustments in your relationship and how you do things. It's not gonna cost you anything. It might make you feel uncomfortable. It might make you bring up things, but that's the whole point. The whole point of it all is to get you bring it up so you can get rid of it and so you can move on and you have place for something new to come in your life. That's all. That's why I feel like it's important for us to tap into our childhood traumas. Okay? It's not that you're a bad person. It's just we all come up in a household with good and bad things. Okay? Nobody is perfect. I bet you're not even perfect in your household right now. It don't have anything to do with your parent. That's what I'm saying. So we have to think about our children. You have to think about what is it that our children is paying attention to in our household. We be so stuck about what happened to us and how we were growing up but what are we showing our children? You know what I'm saying? So that right there is important too. What is our children seeing? What are they seeing? Are they also seeing the tendencies that we carry from our parents? Now we got it. Now we giving it to them so we can continue that. They call that a generational curse. So you best believe if you carry it, your children gonna carry it if you don't handle it. If you don't handle it, if you don't get a hold to it, your children will be affected by it. So as long as you got breath in your body, you can change it. You can make it better. Nothing is gonna change overnight. But if you work towards it, then you reap the reward later on down the line. 7 to 21 days, it becomes a habit. 7 to 21 days, it becomes a habit. So I'm just saying, I just, I believe it's so important that we tap into the very things that causes us not to live a harmonious life, a beautiful life. You know what I'm saying? I want to be high off of love and high off of passion and compassion. You know what I'm saying? I want to kick it up a notch. I want to kick it up a notch. I don't want to spend no time on old stuff. I don't want to spend no time on things that's going to cause pain. We don't need to keep reliving pain and reliving trauma. Let's talk about it. Let's pluck it up. Let's move on. Let's have a harmonious life. Let's have a more passionate life. That's what I want. I want to kick it up a notch. I want to have a different high. The high I want is a high of love and a high of passion and compassion and all of that. You hear me? That's the journey I'm on. I'm 51 years old. I'm about to be 52 years old in January. You think I got time? I ain't no teenager. I'm not out here trying to find a man. I got one. Been with him for 25 years. So it is what it is. We got living to do. Okay? We don't have time to be circling the back, circling the back, circling the back. No, 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 no. We're not circling it. We're not gonna keep circling it back. We're gonna deal with this and we're gonna move on because we getting ready to be empty nesters. Cause my daughter is in the 11th grade right now. She gonna be a senior next year and she out of here. She trying to go off to college. Ain't nobody else here but me and you, baby. We got grandkids, but they come and go. You feel me? So, what do we got the rest of our lives to live? We got the rest of our lives to live. So, you know, every day we should be working on bettering ourselves. I'm talking about me. I every day I work on myself. Every single day I'm learning something new and I'm implementing what I'm learning and I'm becoming a better me. I am a better me today than I was yesterday because today I learned something new that I didn't know yesterday. So I am a better person for that, and I choose to be a better person by because the Bible say people. perish because of lack of knowledge. And if you ain't trying to learn something, then you will perish because of lack of knowledge. Meaning you will be behind. You will not be up with the rest of us. That's all I'm saying. So if you sitting back, letting time roll back, see, I'm talking to the people that are set in their ways. If you're set in your ways, you're older, you 50, you know what I'm saying, 50, 50, 60. If you 50, 60 years old, chances are you're setting your ways. Snap out of it, okay? Because you got a lot of living to do. Ain't no such thing as setting your ways. If you set in your ways, that's a problem. Okay? I'm talking to you. If you agree to that statement that I'm set in my ways, that's a problem. Snap out of that because that is, you're not set in your ways. You choose to not evolve. You choose to not change. You choose to accept the place that you are in and you accept no growth. I'm just here to tell you. You accept no growth. You might think you're growing, but if you stay in the same state and you keep doing the same things over and over again every day and nothing changes, you're stuck. And no disrespect, but you're stuck. I've been stuck before. I've been stuck. That's why I said I had to unstuck myself by doing something different. Doing something different because I didn't want to be stuck. I was stuck. I was in autopilot for a long time and I was just here. I wasn't present. I was just here. So I'm talking to you. It just because you might be in your 50s, just because you might be even in your 60s or 70, if you are breathing and you're up and moving, you still have time to do everything you want to do. Okay? Don't let your age stop you. Don't let none of that stuff. If you're able to get up and do what you want to do, then you need to do what you need to do. That's all I'm saying. But so I just wanted to tap in and see what you guys were doing this evening because I didn't have anything to do or had nothing going on. I just wanted to tap in and see if you guys got a chance to listen to that live video. Now I'm talking to the people that is listening to the replay. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you've gotten this far, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you subscribing and liking and commenting and even sharing. And I really, really hope that I said something that was going to spark something in you. It was no disrespect. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you some suggestions. I'm just trying to let you know you got a lot of life to live, and I want you to live it. And I'm going to end it with that. So, have a beautiful night and a fantabulous weekend. And when Monday comes, it's a new opportunity to be a better you. Deuces. Bye, guys.